So the great debate of our time is which was the best arcade wrestling game, Saturday Night Slam Masters, which you see on the left, or 3 Count Bout for the Neo Geo here on the right. These are two of my favorite games. I'm a huge wrestling fan. Down here I have an original arcade board, CPS-1, of Saturday Night Slam Masters hooked up to my Super Gun and component video. Saturday Night Slam Masters is a terrific arcade wrestling game. And over here on the right, on my Neo Geo Omega, MVS, consoleized MVS, I have 3 Count Bout. Another, in my opinion at least, outstanding wrestling game. These are both two terrific games. I think the wider held opinion, if you're watching this and you've ever played either game, is that Saturday Night Slam Masters is probably the better game. It does have 4-player co-op if you have a 4-player machine. My Super Gun just allows 2 players. It does allow you to have 4 players in the ring at one time, so you can play 2 players together in a tornado tag type setup. The game is generally easier. I have my arcade board set to the level 1, the easiest difficulty, and it's pretty easy to go through 5 or 6 or 7 matches before you lose. Then it does get a little more challenging after that. 3 Count Bout for the Neo Geo is much more notorious for its difficulty. Even on the MVS mode, if you put it on level 1, the easiest difficulty, after the first 2 guys who are pretty easy, the game does get significantly more difficult. There is a strategy to playing 3 Count Bout. If you kind of learn what moves work better, and if you learn how to attack someone right before you grapple, you are more likely to win, but there's a learning curve with 3 Count Bout that is not present in Saturday Night Slam Masters. It has a traditional 2-player tag team, so you can play 2-player co-op, but you do have to tag in and out on the matches. One huge advantage that 3 Count Bout has over Saturday Night Slam Masters is the fact that you have death matches, you have electrified ropes, you have kind of these street fights where you can use tasers and baseball bats and throw them into cars and things like that. Saturday Night Slam Masters, at least this original one, the Sega Genesis did have a deathmatch mode, but the arcade original just had you going through match after match, so there was no variation or there was no difference in the game itself. I may be a bit biased, and I really like both of these games in addition to Wrestle War and a lot of other old wrestling games as well. This is probably a midlife crisis kind of thing, but I needed one more rug for my game room. So I just recently got this rug. I didn't figure probably too many people were interested in a 3 Count Bout rug for their man room or for their game room. But it's one of my favorite Neo Geo games. I don't think it's better than Saturday Night Slam Masters, but I come back to 3 Count Bout far more often to try to get a high score and try to get a little bit further. Still getting close to try to 1 credit clear the game. So to me, that's probably my preference, as you can clearly see by the rug that I have here on the floor of my man room. So anyway, guys, that's it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. If you're interested, leave a comment. Which game do you think is better in terms of old school wrestling games, 3 Count Bout for the Neo Geo or Saturday Night Slam Masters for the CPS-1? Hope you have a great day, and God bless.